Hey guys, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a funny story or a problematic person in your life, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 412-204-6943. We love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's get into today's show. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood Rita. I'm here with my friendly neighborhood co-host Whitney. How you doing, Whitney?
Hi, good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I am feeling good. I got no complaints. I ignored the news, so I'm not depressed this week.
Blessing.
We're gonna get right into it. What have you been listening to?
So I actually just heard this song, and I'm probably extremely late. Hold on, I'm getting the actual song that I was listening to, and I was proud of myself. It's a song called "Invincible" by Amar Apollo.
I'm here for it.
And Daniel Caesar is on it. It's very I'm trying to describe it. It's like it's a very dreamy love song, but it's very LGBTQ.
I'm here for the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q, the I, the A, all of it.
I was like, oh, listen to these lyrics. I'm like, I like this. Okay, it's a vibe. And I'm like sitting here as a straight, and I'm like, is this what white people feel like when they listen to like?
Don't be this way. Don't do this.
The first 3 minutes of the show, Whitney has already made things controversial.
Why do you have to be this way?
Sorry, but it's a bop. It's a vibe. It's really groovy. Hey, Daniel Caesar. Right? It's a mood. Mm-hmm. But yeah, enjoyed that. Otherwise, combing through the crates, listening to the new collection of of records. This is all your fault.
It's not all my fault.
It's all your fault.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's his.
Vinyl collecting is fun. It's more fun than I thought it would be. It is definitely more addictive, as I've said before.
It's very addictive. I was not prepared at all.
If you are an impulse control person, maybe this isn't for you.
This is not for you then. You'll spend all your money.
All of it.
All of it. It's gone. How about you? What you been listening to?
I haven't been listening to a lot of CNN. Like I said, I've had my piece. I had to turn off the news. I was just being overwhelmed. But so it's overwhelming. I got a couple of things for what I've been listening to this week. Bear with me. This might
take your time.
Go a little long. All right. So
take your time.
Facebook, one of my favorite apps. Occasionally, like you'll see an old music video or something scroll by in their video section because they're, I don't know, they're pushing more content now. I feel myself.
They want video content.
Yeah, I've been watching so many pet videos, but
they're cute.
Okay, it's not.
They're cute.
So a music video came on by Souls of Mischief called 93 to Infinity. So that should just tell you how old this song was. It's like an early 1990s boom bap rap group. Really cool. I remember the song and it was like a blast from the past. Like you hear a song like, damn, I have not heard this song in 30 years. So I'm
old enough to say that.
Yeah,
old enough to say that now.
It's crazy. So it made me think of another song. The song that they played, 93 to Infinity, I vaguely remember, but I distinctly remember a song by Souls of Mischief, which was like a later song of theirs around the time I started getting into music, called Step to My Girl. The song concept is a lot like it's pretty easy to predict. There's always somebody stepping to his girl. Then you gotta go get the bat out the trunk. He's going to fight for his girl. That aside, what I've been listening to is Souls of Mischief, Step to My Girl, because to me, I am not by any means a hip hop purist, but to me, it is one of the top 5 jazz hip hop samples in hip hop. It's like kind of boom bappy, but also it has like a jazz sample in it. So I was listening to Souls of Mischief, Step to My Girl over and over and over and over and over again. And I was like, this jazz sample has been stuck with me for decades because I like this song so much. I'm like, we now have technology.
We do.
I can look up the jazz sample. Girl.
You can.
It's a Grover Washington Jr. sample. And the song is called Aubrey. So all weekend, I know, right? So all weekend I've been listening to Souls of Mischief, Step to My Girl, and Aubrey by Grover Washington Jr., who is like a premier jazz musician. For those who don't know, y'all should check out Grover Washington's work. Also, I mean, if you like old school 90s hip hop and Souls of Mischief, their run wasn't super long, but not bad music to listen to if you like music from that era.
Do it. Find the music.
Find the music. I also have another one. So, Whitney,
what you got?
Did you see Patti LaBelle's Tiny Desk performance?
No, and I feel like a failure for not.
Okay, so I don't want you to feel like a failure for Patti LaBelle, but I do want to point out that like a week after the Patti LaBelle Black History Tiny Desk came out, there was a Shirley Caesar Tiny Desk also, which was essentially just tiny church service.
Tiny church.
Because it was in the sanctuary. It wasn't a tiny desk. They weren't in the back of a library or at the post office. You know how tiny desks work. It was literally Shirley Caesar and the Caesarettes, you know, her gospel choir. Like it was church, but like with nobody in the sanctuary. I was like, she just won't preach and sing. But back to the Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle's tiny desk was at her house. Patti LaBelle, I know people bring their bands on to tiny desk performances. I've seen it before. Some people just bring a guitarist and like somebody to do percussions. Patti had like 3 backup singers. Her keyboard.
She gonna make sure she had her background singers. Like, I don't know if you saw that.
And they viral clip. The aunties was back there singing with their shades on, just doing fly auntie stuff. In the background, she had the horns and then the other horns and then the other horns. And she kept shouting out her band. So she done brought her whole band over to her house to basically have what I would like to call the best damn rehearsal you done ever seen.
I know that's right.
You went and got all sharp.
I know that's right.
A very moving and stirring Tiny Desk performance. I watched it like back to back 3 times because I just couldn't believe it. But it pointed out something to me that I feel like we don't talk about enough. Like Patti LaBelle is 77. Forgive me if that's wrong. Patti LaBelle is, I want to make sure I got her age right because it's very important to the point that I'm bringing up. So I'm going to confirm her age in just a second. But Patti LaBelle, singers, I'm not one. She is 77. Singers know that over time, it is not as easy for singers to get as high up as they used to in their younger years. We know Patti got the soprano notes down. This woman is 77 years old, still singing that damn strong and that damn hard, just throwing her voice all
around.
And I was like, no shade to Mariah Carey, but a young lady named Mariah Carey could never. And it just goes to show Patti is 77 and she's been singing since she was 6. So we're talking
birth
71 years of just throwing them high notes in whatever direction she want to throw them in. I need to know what Patti LaBelle is doing to preserve her instrument.
Listen.
Her face and her ability to walk in them high heels, because
her piece.
We ain't never seen Patti in flats. Patti either kicked them 6-inch Louboutins completely off and be barefoot, or she in heels. And I think heels might be the black woman magic. Her particular black woman magic. It might vary for the different various aunties, but the fact that Patti can still sing at 77 like that. Somebody
has no problem with it.
No problem whatsoever. I'm like,
no problem with it.
For as talented as Mariah Carey was, again, 25, 30 years ago, no shade. I still play.
Face.
No, I'm not trying to be, no, for real. I'm not trying to be.
I know you're not.
I'm wrong. I said something wrong. Can Mariah Carey sing today like she was singing in 93?
You're doing a great job, buddy. You're doing a great job.
You want to move on?
I'm gonna be here and encourage you no matter what you decide. I'm here for you.
You don't want to have that conversation. That's because Whitney is a nice person. I'm really not trying to be shady, but I'm not
nice.
I'm just saying that we all love Mariah Carey classics, and it's really sad that we can't get a reunion tour or like a Legends tour where Mariah Carey goes back out and sings those legendary songs 20, 30 years later because she can't perform the music that she performed. But Patty's still singing Lady Marmalade and throwing that note at the end. And y'all know what note I'm talking about.
Patty is not playing with y'all. Patricia is not playing with y'all.
Not Patricia.
She said no.
I was just sitting there amazed. I really hope that the girls of this generation, and I'm going to say I don't have much faith, but it's my hope that the girls of this generation take as good a care of themselves as the girls of the last generation, because Patty could still do a tour right now. And I feel like the rigors of tour wouldn't even impact her that much. And she out here doing it with the diabetes, y'all. The type 2 diabetes. Y'all know she got the sugar diabetes. She got the sugar. Aunt Patty got the sugar, and y'all know she got the sugar. And she's still out here hitting them notes. So I just want to say, shout out to Patty and her legendary status, because I can name 10 girls from the 90s
that
can't. And I'm gonna just leave it there because Whitney treating me like I'm being shady.
No, I didn't. I ain't say nothing.
That's because you being a good person today. I appreciate it. I'm here for it.
I'm staying clear out of it.
What'd you do over the weekend before we get into the mess that is going on outside?
Parenting. Nothing. Okay. I got her a little vacuum cleaner. She's very excited about that.
Is it the kind that actually vacuums? Because I've seen
but I want that joint. Yeah, they have Dyson ones. They have Dyson ones.
Actually clean up, so then they actually can vacuum. Like clean like a 4x6 area real good, because they don't like
put them to work.
The
put them
babies
to work.
Right, I'm here for it.
Absolutely, I'll put them babies to work.
Parenting.
Yeah, that's it. I'm boring. I told you.
Okay, we're gonna move on for that. I'm not gonna let you talk about my friend like that.
No, you love your friend, and
I do.
Anytime you want to, you can come and visit your friend.
So, don't. You know what? I'm done. Turn the mics off. I went out to see the Sydney Washington comedy show at Punchline Philly, and I just
how was it?
Oh my God. 10 times funnier than I even expected. Like, really? If her set was an hour, 50 minutes to an hour, I laughed from beginning to end. And
that's what you wanted to do.
Like, real comedians interact with the crowd.
Absolutely.
And from start to finish. She is hilarious. I love to see the Black girls in comedy. But Sydney Washington, like, really, really, really did a fantastic job.
I love hearing that.
She was hilarious. Anybody who has the opportunity to go check out her show anywhere that you're listening, whatever city, worth the money. Go.
You heard Rita. Go.
See Sydney Washington. I was crying. Start to finish. So make sure y'all do that. You ready to get into the mess?
I don't want to.
You sure?
I don't want to.
Okay.
Well, we're just so happy and things were going so well.
This one isn't even so bad when you think about it. It could be worse.
All right, what you got? What you got?
Have you been following the Brittney Griner story?
So I'm upset because I only just saw something yesterday.
Okay, so
I'm like, this has been going on for 3 weeks. What the hell is going on here?
Okay, so boom. I did a little digging because I'm like, how the heck? First off, for those who have not followed the story, Brittney Griner is a fantastic, phenomenal. I'm not just saying that as a fan, just like statistically, she is one of the greatest women basketball players of no doubt our generation. I think most generation. She is an international basketball player as well, which is a testament to how well she does. Well, like most talented WNBA players, she splits her time between her American season here. The women's league, the WNBA doesn't pay much. So the women go overseas and they play because they make more money there. I think their salary is capped at $290,000 a year in the WNBA, but they can make capped. It's capped.
Do they cap the boys?
Yes, but not anywhere near that low of an amount.
Why can't we have the same cap? I don't understand.
That's a whole other conversation that we'll get into. But the good thing is they have an opportunity to go overseas, and not only do they make more for playing, but they get a lot more international endorsements. So you make like 290,000 here, and then you go make another 2 million playing overseas for 5 months. Like more money, shorter season. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, she's on her way to Russia because she's been playing with this Russian team for the last I don't know, not 6, 8, 7 years. I think since 2014 she's been she's been playing for this team. So she gets to Russia. They go through her bags and they find what they are calling hashish oil, not hemp oil, hashish oil, which is basically cannabis product. And she's arrested and she's charged with drug smuggling. So basically what they found was a cartridge for a vape pen.
So you found one jar. You found
one. I don't know how many they found, but they found it was a small amount. They did say it was a small amount. It was a cartridge of a cannabis product for a vape pen. She was arrested damn near 3 weeks ago.
And nobody has heard from her?
And no one has heard from her. So
we're fighting. No, you're kidnapping our citizens. We coming over.
So you would think, right? So let me give you a little background. I think TV has depicted this pretty well. If you get in trouble overseas, you're supposed to do what you can, you or your family, you contact the U.S. Embassy. They provide the attorneys, the instruction, the security. They do all of those things. Here's the problem.
What is the problem?
There's nobody at the U.S. embassies right now.
Why? Because of Russia.
Oh, okay.
So you mean to tell me an American citizen has been trapped in Russia while Russia is being the biggest bully in Europe right now?
Right.
And not a single diplomatic situation has happened to try to assist her?
No, because there aren't any high-ranking American citizens or diplomats in the Russian embassies right now.
We're fighting.
Because they told them approximately a month ago, hey, it's getting kind of sketchy out here. And, they were cutting commercial flights out of Russia. So they were like, no, y'all know how Russia is. It's probably best that y'all get on the first flight out of Russia. Don't even have to be to the States. Get to Turkey, get to London, get somewhere else so you can get over.
Go somewhere else.
So you can get back home. Boom. That's one.
So nobody has.
Who's there to advocate for her? Who does she reach out to? Who does her family reach out to that is at least amicable enough to say, hey, we are aware of the situation. Let us work our avenues to handle this in a diplomatic fashion. There's nobody to do that. It is messed up. So you wonder why we're just hearing about it 3 weeks later, right? Like, who realistic? Yeah. I feel like her family could have reported it, but we don't know how long it took for her family to even be notified.
Even find out, right?
On top of that, the WNBA has already confirmed that every single last one of the American players who was signed up to play in a league in the Ukraine or a league in Russia is no longer there. So it's not just that she's there without,
she's there alone.
She's there alone because the WNBA instructed or advised. First they advised and then they instructed.
So she followed the directions to try to leave. They found her vape cartridge, wouldn't let her leave. And then so the rest of y'all bitches flew back and ain't nobody said nothing?
They could. So it was advised.
Pardon my language.
No, It is what it is.
Because I'd be pissed if my friends and
teammates. So my thing is, and this is full transparency. This isn't something that I don't know. I want to know, because we don't know how long she's been there. Did she get there before they advised that? Did she get there thinking, oh, maybe they're advising it now, but it's not required? And we are all motivated by money, and she makes a lot more money in Russia than she does over here. So maybe she was like, this should have worked itself out. It's basketball we talking about. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But like I said, the WNBA confirmed there are no WNBA players playing in the Ukraine right now or playing in Russia. If they haven't come back and decided to sit out those seasons, their agents have sent them to other international teams. So not only is she there without the diplomatic assistance that she would typically get, homegirl
is by herself. And we're okay with that, y'all?
We are not okay with that. You couple that with the fact that she is outwardly and outspokenly a member of the LGBTQIA community. And for those of you who live a straight and very happy life, you don't have to look at the travel advisories for how you conduct yourself when you're gay and you travel. But I'm here to tell you,
be careful.
It's something that we look for when we book resorts and things like that. And we all know Russia is one of those countries that is not very fond of their LGBTQIA population. So
this is not okay.
It is not.
This is not okay.
It's not okay at all. And at this point, I'm like, what do you even do? Like,
what do you even do?
I don't know. Like, where do we even start? Like, it's not like, one, it's hard to get, you can't get a direct flight. I'll say that unless you have a lot of money, it's hard to get a direct flight into Russia right now. If you try to book a direct flight into Russia right now, you're going to get a very friendly contact, whether through email or by telephone, from the State Department saying, hey, as an American citizen, when you go over there, here's your travel advisory. If you go over there and for some reason you get stuck there, we can't do what we typically do to get you home.
No, girl.
Therefore, maybe don't go to Russia. So it's hard enough. Like, even if her family wanted to go over there, advocate,
and check on her and make sure she's all right.
Check on her, visit with her, pay somebody off. It's difficult. The WNBA's hands are tied. The business that their players do internationally is really between their agents, their endorsers, and the player. So
what is being done? What is actually being done?
To my knowledge, nothing. What can be done?
Here's my problem. If this was Britney Spears, this would have never happened.
I mean,
if this was Britney Spears, if this was
Justin Bieber,
Brittany Murphy, God rest her soul. If this was Brittany Murphy, this would never happen. Y'all, there is no way they would leave any white person in Russia for this long
and not speak. We're just hearing about it over the weekend.
No. Hug boots.
She is facing 10 years.
For what?
As a gay woman in a Russian prison?
Nope. Y'all need to go over there. Where them people that y'all sent over there to get Osama? We need those people. SEALs. Can you get those people to go get her?
I don't even think SEAL Team 6 is like a thing anymore. I think they retired them.
Y'all don't do that no more?
No.
That's not something we do anymore?
I don't think. And I mean, we're talking about America now, and we're also talking about them advocating for the safe return of a black woman. So, like,
y'all are trash for this.
So trash for this. And I feel like the reporting on it, granted, I understand journalism gets real tricky anytime you're dealing with Russia. But thus far, for the best that I've looked, I don't even see Russia saying anything about it. So, like, what is the play here?
What is happening?
What is happening
to her?
Like, we do not know. Like, I'm not trying to be grim and morbid in any way here, but like, can we confirm that she is even alive?
That part. That's what I'm
injured. Like,
Can we confirm that she's okay? And why would Russia want to hold on to an American citizen?
Right.
That's the next thing. Like, all right, yeah, you're big and bad where you are, but hey, hi.
She's a ball player.
Like, give her back.
You don't
just
have a
send her
diplomat.
Back.
You have a ball player. You can charge her up with a really hefty fine and start negotiating ways to get her back home. And
send that girl home. Send that girl home.
It's disturbing me, but that we're not hearing those things yet. Like, oh, we've reached out to, like, her wife is online saying thank everyone for their support and their prayers, but have you been able to talk to her? Like, how is this actually? How is this going to play out?
Frightening. That has to be so frightening because, oh my God, like to be the spouse of the person that's stuck in a different country during the middle of them cutting up and acting a fool. Well, yeah, you said it better. You said it better.
Like a whole international crisis.
I said cutting up and acting a fool.
They are cutting up and acting a fool. It's a whole war going on right now.
It's a whole ass war happening.
War happening.
Your heart is stuck on overseas over there. You have no connection. There's no help for her over there.
And not just stuck, but in prison. I'm gonna just let y'all know, I am nobody's gangster at all. Not even at all. Not me. Not do 1 hour in central booking at all. Not even like jail where like you're in and you're in a jumpsuit. Like the fingerprinting and picture process, I would be crying and sobbing, having asthma,
sobbing. Do you hear me?
Okay, it'd be
embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing.
I couldn't be downtown in my own city getting my fingerprints done. You can't put no handcuffs on me. I'm passed out. I'm faint.
Nope.
I'm not gonna be okay. I'm a faint. I'm hyperventilating. I'm losing my mind. You put me in handcuffs. I'm done. Oh, so being locked up in Russia?
No.
By yourself?
No.
With no diplomacy happening? No. Because they went and started a war? I
just don't understand why the United States is comfortable with one of their citizens being over there. Like, I don't understand why that is a comfy place for us to be diplomatically. Like, how does that make us look? That makes us look real soft and real bad
as fuck.
We just want to snatch your people up while they're getting ready to leave, and there is nothing you can do about it. Y'all sure?
Listen, they already punked us when they were like, "Listen, you said we couldn't go into the Ukraine, and then we went." And then y'all gave some sanctions, and yay for that.
You think we care about our people? You think we care about them? And
they didn't even impose them yet. Like, that's a whole other story that we're not going to get into. But like, I need to see some action. I need to see some movement. I need to see somebody from the West Wing stepping out and saying, "Hey, we are aware of this situation, and we're doing whatever we can." Like, we don't get to just take Russia.
3 damn weeks. That's almost a damn month. Are you kidding me? That means she was stuck for most of Black History Month. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight now. I'm so upset. It's Women's History Month too. I'm over y'all. I'm over y'all.
Like,
Russia sounds like hell.
Okay.
Russia sounds like hell.
Like, whether you like the WNBA or not, like, a friend of mine reached out saying, like, we need to have an open and honest discussion about, like, the pay disparity and how we treat WNBA players. And that's all fine. But this ain't got nothing to do with that. This is an American citizen, a Black one at that, a gay one at that, went overseas for work. Now, let me, for all you psychotic conservatives over there on the internet,
they don't listen to this show.
Facts.
2 Black women and an LGBTQ person, they don't listen to this damn show. They're not even listening to us. Go ahead, say what you want to say.
I'll say it. Even if, let me be problematic for just one moment. I don't know if Brittney did what they accused her of. So we're going to go with allegedly. Allegedly, she had hashish oil. I'm just, for the sake of, for keeping it simple, we're going to say she had a weed product. I never think that it is a good idea for American tourists, particularly Black American tourists, to engage in certain illegal crimes anywhere. Y'all know how they treat us over here when we do something wrong.
Where it's legal.
We've heard of rappers, DJs being locked up for over a month for weed in like Saudi Arabia, or I'm sorry, Dubai.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Y'all crazy.
Right? Insane.
Crazy. It's weed, y'all.
I mean, if you know that country has very strict laws about you consuming it, and then worse, you bringing it in because they're going to throw that. Okay, just I say all of that to say my problematic thing is allegedly she did this, but if she in actuality did it, like, girl, Russia is not the place to play in people's face. China is not the place to play in people's face. North Korea is not a place where you play in people's face. Dubai, Saudi Arabia, also places you don't play in people's face. So
don't do it. Don't do it.
If she did this, it is my sincere hope that she didn't understand the severity of her actions at the time. But regardless of that, she's not in a position to advocate for herself. So there still needs to be somebody from here doing that for her. Like
that part.
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
That part.
I understand you have to abide by the laws of the lands that you're in. The Bible said it for those Bible people, and also like the Bible people, but that's also how laws work in general. So yes, there's a certain level of accountability, but to know that there's an American citizen right now being stripped of certain rights and liberties that she is entitled to, even in another country, because that's how embassies work. That's why that's
how they work.
Fucking embassy network.
That's how they work.
It's troubling to me. It's troubling and it's terrifying because I'm a person who travels internationally, and I would never want to find myself in this situation.
No.
And that's with an active embassy working. I don't even know what I would do in this situation. It is
cry
a whole lot, a
lot of tears,
lots
of crying.
It's just scary. And again, my hope and my sincere prayer, and I'm not one of those people who just says like I'm praying for this person. Like my sincere prayer is like,
Jesus, bring her home.
Bring her home, and just I pray that what she is enduring over there right now, although it may not be uncomfortable, is fair and it's humane, because jail is whack everywhere. Everywhere, unless you're like in Sweden, wherever the hell ASAP Rocky got in prison, and
with his little dorm room.
It was dorm room. He went to college.
That's Westchester University. Like, what are you talking about?
Wherever ASAP Rocky was, I'm sure he was not happy there, but it looked delightful.
It's not your mansion, but at the same time, babe.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to go to Russia to tour Moscow or Red Square. There's nothing.
I have no desire. There is no
none.
Reason for me to
There's
be in that
some
country.
places that I never need to see, and Russia is one of those.
I have the internet. Like, I could just
look at this Wikipedia page of Red Square. That is some fine ass architecture.
I can go on TikTok and see the people who live there. Look at that.
Okay. That is more than enough. I understand this woman needing to go and get her money, because I am all about women and men who look like me going wherever in the world they need to go to get their money.
Making money.
I am worried. I am concerned. And I am praying that she comes home and she arrives home the way she left.
That way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I don't even know. Like, jail is whack, y'all.
It is.
Jail is very whack. And I just imagine that jail in Russia is I'm trying to think of worse places.
I really hope I really, really, really hope she's doing well. Was she playing for the Russians?
Yes, she plays on a Russian team. The team is a Russian team.
Let me tell you how you would never see my ass again. Let me tell you.
And I'll go play in Turkey. I can go. There are lots of nice European countries that I can play in. They play.
Let me tell
really
you,
good money.
You would never see my ass again.
Listen,
don't even. I don't care how much you offer. And that's wild that the team over there isn't doing something.
I mean,
like, I haven't heard anything about the team doing anything either. Like, so if y'all not doing anything, then what are we we doing here?
People don't like to make a fuss over in Russia, though, for reasons that we kind of know,
I mean,
but don't
people
really
disappear and then
understand.
suddenly end up poisoned and shit.
Yeah, he was assassinating people and like in Europe, like poisoning
some democracy
people.
y'all got
like,
over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
3 people have been killed with arsenic, and they were all enemies of Vladimir and the state, and they were just like,
We're not putting them two together.
Wait, I'm not trying to make light of this situation. It wasn't funny.
Like that's where we're going.
This is about to be problematic.
That's where we're going.
I'm not trying to be funny, but there was like a news feed, like a gentleman, and forgive me, I don't remember the details. I feel like so much shit has happened in the last 3 years that
oh my God.
The kids who have to study the history of this, I feel bad for them. But anyway,
I'm gonna help my daughter through it.
There was either a diplomat or a person who did something to Russia. He became an enemy of Vladimir Putin, and he was poisoned, and eventually he died. And
like slowly in the hospital.
Right. And Vladimir's statement was essentially, and I'm paraphrasing here, it's like, I ain't saying I killed him.
Oh no,
he killed him. I'm just saying he's dead. I was like, this motherfucker here is a psychopath.
We're not gonna talk about this. You ever
watch the news and you look to your left and look to your right, like nobody else is seeing this? Really? This man did a press conference and was like,
I ain't saying
I killed him. I ain't saying we killed them. What I am saying is he is in fact no longer living. Do with that what you want. God bless. And y'all keep pushing. I said, this is a man who's going to create some problems. And lo and behold,
now look at us.
Few short years later, and he just looking around the globe and going, mine. Is very much giving me 1938, 1939.
It's giving me typical. It's even before that. It's giving me typical like white colonialism. The only difference is that he's conquering white places, and y'all are pissed about it. And now suddenly it's this big humanitarian crisis. And oh my God! Meanwhile, y'all, we have this history of like over a few centuries where y'all were just like, you know what? Them brown people down there, they don't need those.
Yeah, we'll go and civilize them, quote unquote, bring the diseases.
And, take them and ship them all around like, cattle. And, and then wipe out the people here, wipe out the people there. We'll lie about the indigenous populations for a few hundred years.
Okay. I really feel like Vladimir.
You know what? Let me correct that because I had to go back and correct that because I don't want us to be problematic. They're not wiped out. They're still here. Shout out to the indigenous folks, because if you want to learn something about resiliency, baby,
those are the communities and the demographics that you look at. Absolutely.
So shout out to them. They are not wiped out. They are still here. Shout out to y'all. Continue. I'm sorry.
No. I'm here for all of this. I just feel like real psychopaths, like real legitimate psychotic, unwell in the mind people look at Vladimir Putin and go, something's wrong with this nigga. Like, I really feel like that is the conversation.
Wrong with him.
It's something really wrong with him. But you got to give Brittney back.
Yeah, like you can't just be taking people's citizens. And like, I know that you're not really fond of Black people and LGBTQ people over here. Right. However, that's still your citizen.
Right. She's still one of us.
Yeah, she's still your citizen, and it makes it all look soft. Right. So racist as you want to be, homophobic as you want to be, get off your asses. Yeah, and get your citizen back.
Where are y'all people who be talking about America first? Where are the America first people with the AK-47s and the arsenals?
Toni Morrison said it best. American means white, and everyone else has to hyphenate.
Oh no, Toni.
That's what Toni said.
It's accurate.
It's accurate AF. That's what Toni said.
Saying anything wrong with it, but God,
Mother Toni.
Like at some point, eventually, somewhere down the line, when does this get resolved? Like,
all I know is she better not end up dead. She better not. Otherwise, I don't want to hear boo about any rescue operations. I don't want to hear boo about any diplomacy. United States, y'all need to come on.
And
Come on,
I just want to see some diplomacy. Can I see a little bit of diplomacy?
Can we see something? Can y'all get off y'all asses?
Please
get off y'all asses and do something. Who's supposed to be the Russian ambassador?
You know what? I don't know, but I know his ass is stressed the fuck out. He is not having a good 2020. I promise you that. This the worst.
The Ukrainian one wasn't working down the hallway from him.
They are not having their caffeine consumption is through the
Bless
roof.
them, Jesus.
But please, because I know that is an appointment they wish they never took. I'd quit that job.
They thought it was gonna be sweet.
I'd quit that job. And it's all for country and pride. And I'm not that girl.
None of that.
Like, y'all can take this post, this position, this salary. I don't need any of it.
I don't want it no more. What else you got? You got an ambassador to Tibet.
Okay, give me someplace cool. I am sure the Bahamas need an ambassador.
Antarctica. Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Ecuador.
The 5,000 people that live there.
Okay. Madagascar. I'll take it.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Listen.
But here.
Shout out to them.
I feel like we spent a whole lot of time on this and we haven't even gotten to the problematic people.
Oh,
who's your problematic?
Well, you brought up a problem.
I mean, that wasn't even my problematic.
Putin is problematic, child.
Hey, we gotta call him something else. This nigga is a
Vladdy
Batman villain.
I call him Vladdy
Russian Thanos is out here.
I don't even think he's Thanos because I wouldn't even like. Vladdy is real. Vladdy he feels like he's real big and bad until like he's getting backed into a corner right now. Like let's just face it. Yeah. So anyway,
who's your problematic person?
Oh, do I have to? Oh,
you do.
I don't even have a list this week.
You do.
Apparently there was a call with I don't know how to pronounce his first name, so I'm going to call him by his title, and this is not disrespect. I just don't know how to pronounce it, and I will butcher it, and I don't mean any disrespect because this person is showing a lot of valor right now. President Zelensky.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Volodymyr. I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly, but anyway, President Zelensky had a call with I don't know if it was all of the senators or if it was just a specific group, but Mark Rubio, he had to tell Mark Rubio to turn his Zoom on mute. You know
here. Y'all already know how I feel about Mark Rubio, and if you don't, check my tweets, check my Facebook. Fuck Mark Rubio.
He's trending as Mark Rubles, Marco Rubles, because
Marco is okay. Go ahead.
What I was like, what is happening? What is happening right now? Why are y'all doing this? Yeah, nobody apparently likes this person at all. He is drifting into the Ted Cruz realm where people literally just don't like him.
He's been there for me, but I'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead, tell me about the call. I actually didn't hear about this because I turned my damn TV off this week.
So then it was so I guess there was a notice because of where Zelensky is and like his safety and stuff like that for the senators not to take pictures of like. Two senators did.
Oh my God.
2 senators did. Mark was one of them. So I was trying to look for the other one. I can't find him. Forgive me for that, y'all. But yes, there were 2 Republican senators who decided that they were going to take a picture and I guess share it. Despite being informed by all the people not to do this shit. And then Mark didn't know not to turn himself on to mute. Like, I don't understand. Like, we've been in a global pandemic, and even prior to that, we've been using Zoom for years now. Okay. Years now. Literally years now. Like, what is y'all problem? Anyway, so that's one group. I'm mad at President Biden.
Girl, me too, but probably for different reasons. Go ahead though.
I'm mad at President Biden. President Biden, dear one, and I voted for you and I campaigned for you and I listen. So I'm sitting here listening to the State of the Union address, and you did so good until you didn't. He did so good. Like I'm just
Until
listening
he
to him,
didn't. Until he
and
fucked up.
he was encouraging the people of the Ukraine, and that adorable moment with the little boy and his birthday, and he had type 1 diabetes, and I was like, first of all, when I first saw him, I was like, whose grandbaby is that? That's what I
No.
thought, because I was like, that's something cool to bring your grandchild to, like,
The
the
State
State
of
of
the
the Union.
Union. That's
But
pretty
of course,
big.
no, he's getting centered on because of his own advocacy at the tender age of 11. God bless the children. Even the babies is getting involved. Like,
Right.
they're
This
like,
new
look,
generation is something else.
if we don't get to work, did you see? Sorry, this has nothing to do with the problematic podcast. I mean, not problematic person of the week, but did you see there was a clip floating around on the internet of a Texas university where some representatives showed up, and they were the same ones that were like, trying to reduce the books that people are reading and fighting the CR, and the whole classroom was chanting, "Fuck these fascists!" Clap, 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 clap. So they were standing there. Imagine standing up there and getting ready to speak, thinking that you're getting ready to do something, and the whole classroom, even the teacher. I was looking at the professor. The professor couldn't catch the beat. Bless him. Bless that professor. He could not catch the beat, but he was trying. I saw.
He was trying. The claps come from the heart. And that's all that matters. We don't actually need them to be on beat. We just happy that they.
He wasn't trying to stop it. He wasn't trying to stop it. The ad libs are hilarious. When I find it, I'm gonna send it to you, because I was just like, yo.
I did not, but that might be the title of the episode, because that is awesome. That is incredible.
When I tell you I was crying, I had to watch it like 5 times. I was like, now these are the type of people I want to teach.
This is what my heart desires. This right here.
So shout out to them for being very direct.
Y'all are winners in my book.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's always a big F. Oh, wait. So I was back to Biden. President Biden, when you said that you wanted to not only not defund the police, but to fund the police, I would like to bring up the story of one Ayanna Stanley Jones. She was a child, a little girl sleeping at home. These police officers were coming in to do a raid. They threw a grenade into the apartment where Ayanna was sleeping on the lap of her grandmother with a blanket. The grenade went off, setting the blanket on fire, burning the child. When the child stood up, as these people came bursting into the wrong apartment, one of the officers fired a round that went through this poor child's head, instantly killing her. They covered up the story. They covered up the story. They acted like the grandmother went and tried to grab a gun. It was this whole big thing. Finally, the details came out about the story. Long and the short, these officers don't need training. They need more goddamn accountability.
Right.
Because there is a list of children. We could talk about Tamir Rice. We could talk about Ayanna Stanley Jones. We could talk about Fantability. We could talk about so many different children, just children. I'm not even talking about
kids,
babies,
innocent,
literal children.
Again, innocent. Not even committing crimes when they're killed, because they
don't need more money.
Right.
These officers don't need more money. I've seen officers with tanks, goddamn tanks,
militarized.
Tanks. These are supposed to be law enforcement agents. These are supposed to be people who are supposed to be protecting and serving, and they're killing children and covering the shit up.
And covering up.
No,
just
I just heard
Fantability story. Fantability in what is it? Delaware County. Delaware County, PA. So officers arrived to the scene to respond to the report of gunshots fired. They fire. The officers fire, kill an 8-year-old, and they initially charge the 2 teenagers who they were responding to the call for, which I understand if you're in the process of felony and somebody gets killed and they press charges. But the fact that y'all tried to not just cover it up, but hold people responsible when you knew y'all they weren't the people firing. It was only the cops firing at that time, just police officers.
After a football game.
Only police officers.
Like, what are we talking about? There's families leaving a football game.
Families leaving a football game. And this is the time that you want to shoot erratically into a crowd or into a car. We want to give those people more money.
They already act like they're the Wild Wild West. They already act like this is a game for them. And unfortunately, like I said, it's not just our women. It's not just our children. I mean, it's not just our men. It's not just our women. It's also it's not just our non-binary family. It's our children.
Right.
It's our children, little kids,
Babies.
little ass kids. I could tell you about
8 years old, 7 years old. How do 7 and 8-year-olds become victims of police murders? How?
They don't President I was about to call him Pastor Biden. President Biden.
I'm done.
President Biden, they don't need any more funding. They need more accountability. And you let down the people who got you there. And it's not like we're against law enforcement. Don't hear me say I'm against law enforcement, which is a weird thing to think when you'd start talking about accountability for officers and people are like, oh, you're against law enforcement. No, I'm very pro law enforcement. We need law enforcement because we need people to enforce the law because there's criminals. However, it's not okay that you get a badge and a gun and you start acting like this is the Wild Wild West,
and then you can murder children and get away with it.
And then no one has any accountability. Speaking of the accountability situation, I don't know if you've heard about the firemen.
Yeah, yes, I have. And for the life of me, I just
wait. Let's tell the story first.
So I might have my details hazy, but essentially in the same county where the accountability shooting happened, firefighters, they're volunteer firefighters, but in municipalities where there's not a lot of money, they use volunteer firefighters, and they often have to rotate to different stations based on need. So these officers get on a call, it was a call, and start complaining about how they don't want to go to certain neighborhoods and they don't want to rotate to certain fire stations based on the demographic of the people who live there. But black people, quote unquote. But they started making jokes about this 8-year-old who lost her life to police gunfire. Again, the cops were the only people shooting at the time. It was a cop's bullet who killed this child. The firefighters thought it was a good idea to get on this call and make jokes about her death and the incident that sparked from the police shooting. And when somebody mentioned, hey, maybe you guys shouldn't be joking about that, they continued joking about it.
They kept joking about it.
And ultimately they ended up suspended. Like, you're a volunteer firefighter and your ass ends up suspended when you should fucking be fired and never hired in any public capacity ever again. If you want to go start a lawn care business, that's between you and your lawnmower
and the grass.
There's no reason why y'all should ever be able to do anything even related to public service again. How do you make fun of a child dying?
Of a baby. A baby dying.
Again, you can't criminalize this child. You can't say that her parents did something wrong, her siblings did something wrong, which is what y'all love to do when a child dies.
Love to victimize.
Y'all love to victimize. You've got nothing. She went to a football game. We all know how you weird bushwhack Americans love your fucking football. She went to a football game and
with her family,
leaving with her family, having no interaction with police whatsoever, in her own neighborhood, minding her own business. She's struck by a cop's bullet. Explain it. But that's funny to you guys. That's a joke. These are the people coming to rescue you in a fire.
And that's trash. Yeah.
Fuck up.
That's my short list.
I mean, it's a list. Yeah, I'll go with, in addition to Vladimir being just a fucking fool this week and cutting up. I'm going to say Joe Biden, and it's not exactly his fault. I do understand how economics work just a little bit, but
like a lot of the people who got the internet and now they're economists, virologists,
right? Lawyers, doctors. Yeah, don't get me started.
Girl.
My beef with Joe Biden is these goddamn gas prices. I distinctly, because if I go through my iPhone camera roll, I can pull up pictures from 2011 and 2012 when I was paying $3.62 to buy gas in New Jersey, because that's where I was working at the time. And I thought those prices were high as hell. Those late George Bush era, early Obama gas prices were high.
Mm-hmm.
Why under George Biden. It's time for a nap.
Name of the episode.
It's George Biden. George damn Biden. And fuck them fascists. Under George Biden, Joe Biden's administration, these damn George Biden gas prices. Child. Why did I pay $4.19 a gallon?
Girl.
$4.
Nope, that sounds like me. I'm just gonna be riding my bike here.
Do you understand that for an additional quarter, I can actually go get a full meal at McDonald's and Wendy's?
For 1 gallon?
$4.19. $4.
We're not going nowhere.
19 cents.
We're not going
There's
anywhere.
nothing worth outside worth $8 and I don't know 38 cents. Because if it take 2 gallons of gas to get there, I don't want to go. I don't need to go. I don't want to go visit my friends. It's just not the time. I don't have it in my mind.
We have Zoom. We have FaceTime.
Okay.
We're gonna be all right.
Like, I can't meet up. I can't go out. I can't drive for no reason. It's going to be 77 degrees tomorrow. I don't know why, but it's going to be 77 global warming.
Climate change.
It's going to be 77 degrees tomorrow. And I will just be sitting on my enclosed porch thinking about the places I'd go if gas was under $3.50, but I can't do that.
No,
they're talking about Whitney. Whitney. There have been serious projections. Now, I don't believe everybody, like people can say anything, but there are actual economists that project if the conflict in the Ukraine continues, we all know gas prices tend to trend upwards in the summertime. That's just a given. Gas was already high when it was about $3.50, $3.60 a gallon because, you know, into the Obama era, early in the Trump era, it was around $2.11.
Yeah.
I mean, so we already paying a lot more money, but there are realistic projections that gas could be $6 to $7 a gallon in this area. And let me fucking tell you something.
We're not going
Y'all
nowhere.
will not see my black ass if
we're not going anywhere.
I got to pay $7, $8 to come put in my car to see y'all.
We're not going anywhere.
I love you all dearly.
We're not going anywhere.
Each and every last
There's nowhere for us to go. We have nowhere else to go. There's nothing for us to do.
You can't do road
order my
trips.
Groceries. I can order my food. I can. What else? Like we can walk certain places. We're fine.
Listen, I turned the eco on in my car, and I hate turning the eco on in my car because it makes your car don't accelerate like it's supposed to. It start making noises. I hate that shit. But how you gonna turn your air conditioner on in the summer when gas is $9 a gallon?
You're not.
I'm just letting y'all know right now.
That was Joe Biden say stay home.
You know what? That's what they should have. That's what y'all should have did at the beginning at the pandemic. You should have made gas $10 a goddamn gallon, and then nobody would have came outside. Y'all gonna wait till the end of the pandemic to make gas $99 a gallon to keep us inside?
Y'all know we're not going anywhere. Nope.
High ass gas prices. Yeah, I'll stay in the house. I'll stay in the house. Y'all gonna wait till the very end of the pansexual.
Absolutely.
To say
that pan pizza. Yeah.
Now gas prices want to be through the roof. If gas does hit $6, $7, $8 a gallon,
there's gonna be riots.
It's
gonna be riots.
How people gonna get to the riot? You ain't gotta worry. People just gonna be mad from their block outside.
Twitter's gonna light up like a Christmas tree.
Okay,
Facebook's
I am as angry as the distance of my anger is as far as I can walk. Because I'm not wasting gas prices to let y'all know how mad. I'm not spending gas money to let y'all know I'm upset. I will walk down to the stop sign and yell at y'all.
And yell as you drive
and
by.
then walk back
Gas
around.
is too expensive.
Gas is way too expensive. Can't even go see your nana with these prices. She gonna have to learn how to finally use that damn Zoom them kids been talking about.
You can't even take her to the bank. Like, this is awful. You're not gonna be able to take her to the bank.
When you got to say, Grandma, you got to give me gas money to go to the bank.
That's not okay.
It's not okay.
She's on a fixed income.
Charging your grandma gas money to take her to the bank. I mean,
okay.
Groceries are already high as hell.
Groceries are high.
Groceries are high as hell right now.
Those little pouches that these babies like?
Oh, no. Girl.
Do you know that I pay $3.75 per pouch?
You need to start getting that baby French fries. She just need regular ass snacks.
She does love French fries. No, she's getting out of the pouch phase, and we're going back because we were making her baby food before.
No,
we were making it.
It's mashed potatoes and medium rare steaks.
We live a few blocks away from a produce market. We are walking to the produce market, and Mommy's gonna pick up some stuff, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna make all this stuff for you.
Because what choices do you have with these gas prices? Child,
I'm trying to make the world safer, like more ecologically friendly.
Yeah, this is not. Listen, like I said, it would have been a great tool at the beginning of the damn pandemic, but now I'm annoyed. I'm gonna have to go put air in my bike tires. I'm disgusted.
I have to get one of the little trailers for the back of my bike for the baby. Oh yeah, put a little helmet on her.
Yeah, you can put the baby and the groceries in there because you're gonna need it.
Yeah, we're gonna need more. Yeah.
I'm done arguing. I'm done.
Sorry, friend.
It's all right. I like trying to end this podcast on a happy note, but I ain't got nothing. I got nothing. How about you?
You're asking me? I start the trouble. The trouble.
Give me something positive.
We already talked about Judge Ketanji.
Yes.
Brown.
Yeah, if we talked about that.
So I thought it was funny. I don't know if this is necessarily a good note, but Tucker Carlson went on his show and he wanted to talk about her qualifications, and he's sitting there dead serious
with a straight face, and I don't know how
serious talking about how Biden hasn't released her LSAT scores. What are her LSAT scores? What are you trying to hide? And I'm like, so first of all, Tuckums. All you do is ask a bunch of.
Now that you call this grown ass man Tuckums.
Wait, no, it's not mine. It's not mine. Another journalist calls him Tuckums. God, why does her name escape me? Joy. Is it Joy Ann Reid? It could be Joy Ann Reid, but she calls him Tuckums, and it was so funny. She's like, "Oh, Tuckums," but yes, Tuckums. Like the LSAT gets you into law school. She went to Harvard, graduated magna cum laude,
and then went to Harvard Law.
Yeah.
I just don't. So
yeah.
Why are you talking to me?
what are we talking about? And the way Tucker Carlson likes, he just asks a bunch of questions. He doesn't actually report anything. He does not. He's not telling you any facts. He's just asking a bunch of asinine questions to make you think crazy shit. And so we all were just, when I tell you he got dragged left, right, up, down, and sideways, because it was like, you want to know her LSAT scores, but she got into Harvard Law.
Harvard Law.
So they had to be fucking good.
Harvard Law.
She's more qualified.
Good enough.
She's more qualified than over half of the justices that have ever served. And then y'all keep saying, well, she shouldn't be appointed because she was just because she's a black woman.
Why the men get appointed just because they men?
That part. The white ones get appointed just because,
like,
we could go down the list and talk about how many of these justices have been just white men, and that's the only reason why they were appointed.
Right.
Literally the only reason why they were appointed. But she's already in. We don't even have to touch that. In just her credentials, in just her capabilities, in just her qualifications, she is more qualified than over half of the people that have ever served.
Okay.
Happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month. We will end it right there. Thank you, Whitney. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. Thank you for listening. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Find us at The Problematic Pod. And if you have a problematic person in your life, you want to tell us a story.
We want to hear it.
So email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com. Thank y'all for listening. See you next week.
Bye.